Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian. It's the weekend roundup. So the reviews for Marvel's Avengers keep coming in as more and more critics spend more time with the game, and it's not aging well in these last several days. We did a story here at IG last week about how the reviews were actually decent at the time. The scores on aggregator sites like Metacritic still in the 70s. Respectable. Well, I just checked Metacritic again. It's now in the upper 60s. So same with OpenCritic. Avengers dropping a little bit. Lots of reviewers, though, still positive about the campaign, praising the decision to center it around Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan. The Verge wrote, "I don't know yet if the multiplayer aspect of Avengers will hook me, but I can say that the single player mode has been a pleasant surprise. It doesn't hit the highs of other superhero games like Spider-Man, but it still manages to capture the fun and action inherent to the genre." Polygon said the game, quote, "works well as a flashy single-player action adventure if that's all you're looking for, particularly if you're already a fan of Ms. Marvel, and I can see value in picking it up for that alone." But there is also the looter online component too. That got some hate. The AV Club criticized what it called Avengers' completely unnecessary, unnatural status as a multiplayer MMO light Destiny wannabe, complete with a Fortnite-lifted Battle Pass concept for unlocking character cosmetics. And Jim Sterling, in his classic understated style, said that, quote, "somewhere deep within Marvel's Avengers, it can sometimes be quite fun to punch robots in the face. It's just not fun enough to last for hours, maybe just 10 minutes a day for like a week." Now, why did the reviews change so much? Well, Square Enix didn't make the game available to reviewers until just a few days before the game released to the general public. I think they got it right around the same time that like early access players got it. So they basically had to play it along with the rest of us. Lots of outlets just did reviews in progress while they were playing through it. Also, side note, it's never a good sign when a publisher doesn't release review copies early. Same with movies. It's a sign you might not have a lot of confidence in your product. Also, we should talk about a little controversy this week over Square Enix allegedly trying to influence some reviews. The site Game Reactor, which has outlets all over Europe, published a blog from its Swedish editor-in-chief claiming that Square Enix wanted a, quote, pan-European rating for the game. Basically, they were saying that the publisher had reached a deal with Game Reactor that there would just be one review for all of Game Reactor's different sites rather than several. Now, the editor claimed that Game Reactor had never agreed to this before, but they had done so in this case, and that they agreed to publish just the Norwegian review translated for 14 different countries. Now, this is interesting because you might remember that there have been allegations in the past that Square Enix blacklisted critics who didn't like their games. The editor of the Spanish website Area Jugones told Kotaku in 2016 that they were punished for giving Final Fantasy XV a 7.5 out of 10, and they were told they would never be getting review codes again. Now, Koch Media, they handle some distribution for Square Enix, denied that, saying that they, quote, would never impose a blacklist or ban on any media for a review score that is based on the factual opinion of a product. Back to the Game Reactor controversy. That blog post from the Swedish editor since been taken down. Seems a little sketchy there to me. I don't know. I don't know. It might be nothing. It might be something. All right, we're going to get to the rest of the stories in just a second. But guys, let's talk about your phone. Let's talk about 5G networks. First of all, I want to say thank you to Samsung and AT&T for sponsoring this awesome video that I'm bringing to you guys. Let's talk about Samsung's newest phone, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. It's powered by AT&T 5G. It's available now. AT&T 5G does require compatible plan and coverage, not in all areas, but if you got your coverage, if you got your compatible plan, here are some of the features. Cloud gaming. It is amazing with the power of 5G. High performance experiences brought to you by the newest Samsung devices. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G has 120 Hz adaptive display that automatically adjusts the refresh rate according to the content you're viewing. It's amazing. It's got an intelligent battery that optimizes for your gameplay. Between 5G support, Wi-Fi optimization, and the advanced processor, you get a smooth gaming experience. Isn't that what we all want? With no lag. We've been trying out the phone. The new features, particularly that display, look amazing. Here's what you need to do, guys. Head over to att.com/Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G to learn how you can get the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 5G for free, or the Galaxy Note 20 5G Ultra for $299.99 for a limited time. What a deal. Thanks to AT&T and Samsung for sponsoring this podcast. On to the rest of the stories. As you probably know, we got to look at the Xbox Series S this week, aka the low-cost, less powerful version of the Xbox Series X. Microsoft turned a lot of heads when they announced that it would cost just $300. That is a great price for a portable speaker. You shop around, you can't beat that. But one game developer is a little worried about the tiny machine. Sasan Safir, a senior technical producer at Remedy, which made Control, tweeted their reaction to the reveal, writing, "As a consumer, I love this. As a technical producer, I see trouble." What do they mean by that? Well, in a follow-up tweet, they said they were worried about issues of game optimization. Makes sense considering the Series S isn't going to be as powerful as its bigger siblings. You got to do some different optimization there, but hey, you know what? That's why you developers, you get the big bucks. Love you guys, appreciate what y'all do. Speaking of the next-gen Xbox machines, we've got info about one of their launch games. In a tweet this week, Microsoft announced that Gears Tactics will launch November 10th alongside the Xbox Series X and S. It's coming out on Xbox One consoles on that date too. The tactical game set in the Gears universe has been out on PC since April. Got a respectable 80 on Metacritic, not bad. Eurogamer called it a competent tactical retooling of the Gears formula, even if the execution isn't always spot on. And Kotaku said it was a creative success, writing, "While it lacks multiplayer and features a few too many repetitive missions, its aggressive combat and dedication to translating all the details from Gears of War into a tactical game are impressive." Now for some bad news, you guys. The Switch exclusive No More Heroes 3 has been delayed. The newest game featuring Travis Touchdown won't be out this year as planned. In a tweet, Grasshopper manufacturer blamed the delay on, of course, COVID-19. They said the pandemic was a real body blow to our schedule, causing unforeseen delays. They added that, quote, "Now that we have managed to get back on our feet with development, we have decided to focus on prioritizing quality and to therefore push back the final release date." It's always good to prioritize quality. They're shooting for sometime in 2021. Oh, while we're on the topic of delay, Dirt 5 has been delayed again. Not that long though. It had previously been delayed until mid-October. Now developer Codemasters says it will be out November 6th. And finally, former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick is back in a Madden game for the first time in years. Madden 21 announced the return of Kaepernick, who has been a free agent since 2016, of course gained worldwide attention for kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality. In a tweet, the official Madden 21 Twitter account said, "Colin Kaepernick is one of the top free agents in football and a starting caliber quarterback. The team at EA Sports, along with millions of Madden NFL fans, want to see him back in our game. We've had a long relationship with Colin through Madden NFL and worked through our past soundtrack mistakes." That last part, that's a reference to Kaepernick's name being censored out of a song like it was a swear word in Madden 19. EA Sports later called that an unfortunate mistake. All right, time for a 5-second review. Man, this makes me feel like a kid again, back when I was also terrible at skateboarding. I'm not coordinated. All right, let's talk about the games coming next week. We got some humdingers. First up, Spelunky 2. Oh yes, Spelunky returns in this greatly expanded sequel to the original roguelike platformer. Meet the next generation of explorers as they find themselves on the moon searching for treasure and missing family. Spelunky 2 builds on the unique randomized challenges that made the original a classic, offering a huge adventure designed to satisfy players old and new. Explore the game alone, play locally with up to 4 players, or for the first time, join up with friends online to unravel its mysteries together, or battle it out in competitive arena modes. Okay. It comes to the PS4 September 15th, and it's out on Steam a few weeks later. Vaporeum Lockdown is a prequel to the award-winning steampunk dungeon crawler Vaporeum. It's a grid-based single-player, single-character game seen from a first-person perspective in a steampunk setting. It's inspired by old-school games like Dungeon Master 1 and 2 and the Eye of the Beholder series. Vaporeum, I've pronounced it 20 different ways. Vaporeum Lockdown follows the story of Ellie Teller, a scientist who is part of a mysterious research project in the middle of an ocean. Following disastrous events, she struggles to survive and escape the Tower of Ark's Vaporeum. It comes to PC September 15th. Medieval Dynasty takes you to the Middle Ages. Nobles and clergy rule over Europe. Trade between nations brings not only prosperity, but envy, distrust, and greed. You are a poor but skilled hunter and farmer, set to take his fate into his own hands. Start by building a small outpost in the medieval world, develop it into a bustling village. Gather resources and craft equipment to build and improve your home and other buildings of the village. Found a family, take good care of your wife and heirs, and be aware of harsh winters and unexpected events while honing your skills to turn from a survivor into a ruler. It comes to PC September 17th. Acer is high-octane anti-gravity racing at its most destructive. Customize your craft and weapons, then engage in the campaign, a single-player race, or compete against your rivals in explosive online multiplayer for the ultimate combat racing experience. It comes to PC, PS4, and Xbox One September 17th. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. The world of WWE is your battleground with all new over-the-top, in-your-face arcade action as your favorite WWE superstars and legends battle it out in outlandish interactive environments around the world. There you go. It comes to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and Stadia September 18th. Next up, a big one, Crysis Remastered. The classic first-person shooter from Crytek is back, baby, with the action-packed gameplay, sandbox world, and thrilling epic battles you loved for the first time, now with remastered graphics optimized for a new generation of hardware. What begins as a simple rescue mission becomes the battleground of a new war as alien invaders swarm over a North Korean island chain. Armed with a powerful nano suit, players can become invisible to stalk enemy patrols or boost strength to lay waste to vehicles. It's Crysis. You know what Crysis is. I don't have to tell you. It comes to PC, PS4, and Xbox One September 18th. And finally, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Play 3 of Mario's greatest 3D platform adventures all in one package. All for full price, I assume. Play 3 classic games at home or on the go. Jump into paintings in Super Mario 64. Clean up paint like goop in Super Mario Sunshine. And fly from planet to planet in Super Mario Galaxy. Make Mario move using the Joy-Cons. You can also pass a Joy-Con to a friend to play the Super Mario Galaxy game in Co-Star mode. Oh, brings back memories. Mario's movements are as smooth as ever with HD resolution for each game, while still retaining the look and the feel of the originals. It comes to Switch September 18th. That's all the news we've got for you this week, guys. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you soon.
It is about the Xbox Series S. It's a real thing. Microsoft confirmed it, and we also have a price and a release date. What happened over the weekend?
So proud of you for getting through that.
Thank you, Patrick.
Someone finally talked about the price, kind of. I mean, they're sort of forced to, but you know, it's only September, so we're like a month away.
Is this the most leaked console?
Hey, you know when